Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is December 29th, 2018. Hope everyone out there is having a good holiday season so far. My name is Derek, author and webmaster of a website called Gematrinator.com. And on this channel, I teach about the ancient occulted language of Gematria. This is the practice of coding numbers into words, and it appears to be used, in my opinion, to murder celebrities, actors, athletes, musicians, or this is part of some massive organic code that is revealing a part of our reality. Either way, something very strange is going on. When we talk about gematria, this practice is actually very simple. A lot of people are afraid of math. Perhaps they went to school and got a little confused by trigonometry, calculus, something like that. The language of gematria, however, is very simple. You simply assign a number to each letter relative to its position in the alphabet. So on the top left, we start with English ordinal, where each letter is numbered 1 through 26. We also have the full reduction method, which uses the rules of numerology to reduce each double-digit number to a single digit. Both methods can then be reversed. The reversed ordinal cipher on the top right should start with Z. Let me just show you the screen here. On the website, Gematrinator.com, on the calculator, you get 4 base methods. And this is the alphabetic order, reduction, and then the 2 same methods in the reverse order. And when you type out people's names, the dates on which they die, the cause of death, and also take this with alignments with dates on the calendar, and we'll measure between dates, look at date numerologies, and again, you're going to find that something very, very strange is happening. So today we're going to talk about the death of Australian actress Penny Cook. And I could note the irony in the fact that the last video I did was on a woman named Penny Marshall, but we'll ignore that for now and just talk about the name Penny Cook. She was an Australian actress best known for her time on a television series called A Country Practice back in the 80s. And we'll mention that show as we go along. In the language of gematria, the name Penny Cook sums to 118 using the alphabetic order. P, the 16th letter, E, the 5th, N, the 14th. You add all of these numbers together, you get 118. 118 is a significant number in death, as I've been revealing on this channel for quite some time. Here we're looking at 2 extended ciphers, the English extended method and the Jewish method, which is based on the Latin alphabetic order, on the right side of the screen. And in this ancient Jewish mystical gematria, which we found to be very significant, note how the words death and homicide both have a numeric value of 118. Penny Cook, whose name sums to 118 in the alphabetic order, is said to have died from cancer. Cancer in the reverse alphabetic order equals 118. In this method, C would get the value 24, A 26, N 13, and so on. So Penny Cook equals 118, cancer 118. And again, this language of letters and numbers is being used in accordance with dates on the calendar. This woman died on December 26th, 2018. Now, if you take this number, 118, and convert it to a date, here in America, we write our dates with months in front, and check out what happens when you measure from the date written 118 to the date of her death. It was 11 months and 8 days. Again, a number with the 118 sequence. Looking at the number 118, we can also get a different date from this. 11/8, as in November 8th. Measuring from that date, Penny Cook died 1 month and 18 days later. Again, another number with that 118 sequence. Penny Cook, born in July of 1957. This means that when she passed away, she was 61 years old. The name Penny in the reverse alphabetic order equals 61. Now, in my work, I often talk about how these sacrifice rituals appear to be aligned with solar eclipses. And this traces back to the Bible. Jesus crucified during an event which many historians interpret to be a solar eclipse. And I'm very consistent in my work, measuring from the dates of death to significant solar eclipses. In this case, it appears to be related to the next Great American Total Solar Eclipse, which occurs in 2024. The name Penny Cook has matching gematria with solar eclipse in some of our other significant gematria methods. Measuring to that next American eclipse, we find she died 1,930 days later. In this language of numerology, zeros can be ignored. So this 1930 represents a 193. 193 is a prime number, and again, prime numbers are of utmost significance when relating numbers in this study. The name Cook, using the alphabetic order, again, C the third letter, O the 15th, and K the 11th, you add these up, you get 44. And Penny Cook is said to have died from cancer. Cancer also equals 44, just like, well, in addition to it summing to 118, which aligns with her full name. The word kill summing to 44 also, by the way. So we talked about the number 118 and measured from the dates that can be written this way to her death to get more 118s. If we instead measure from the date April 4th, the date written 4/4, like the numeric value of cook, cancer, kill, here we find she died exactly 38 weeks after April 4th. The date she died, December 26th, 12 plus 26 equals 38. 38 is a number of death. In the alphabetic order, death equals 38. The words killing and murder also have numeric values of 38 in the reduction methods. I mentioned earlier how she was best known for her role in a TV show called A Country Practice. A Country Practice debuted November 18th, 1981. November 18th does have a 1118 sequence in it. But what's more interesting is that her death fell 38 days into the 38th year since that show debuted. And you can check out Penny Cook's Wikipedia page. This is definitely the role that she was most known for. So it's interesting that not only does she die 38 weeks after the date 4/4, like her name and cause of death, but also 38 days into the 38th year since the show's debut. This past April 4th, this date that we just measured to, notice how this has a numerology of 46. If you add all the digits in the date, 4 plus 4 plus 20 plus 18, we call this full numerology. The name Penny Cook equals 46 in reduction. And the reason this number is significant with this particular alignment is because the word sacrifice also has a numeric value of 46. This language of gematria, a practice that evolved from Jewish mysticism, in the Hebrew language, the words kill and murder both sum to 46. The 46th prime number is 199. So isn't it interesting that Penny Cook died 199 days before her 62nd birthday? In reverse reduction, sacrifice equals 62. So both of the numbers of sacrifice in reduction coded into her age on the date she died. And we talked about how this was related to a total eclipse. In the alphabetic order, total eclipse sums to 137. Penny Cook's birthday is July 13th, which is the date written 13/7 in Australia, much like total eclipse. And this is not a coincidence. This is how our language is coded. Notice how 137 is the 33rd prime number. The word eclipse on its own sums to 33. A couple more alignments that I found to be pretty interesting with her death. This date, April 4th, that we were measuring to in relation to her name, Cancer, and kill. This is the date that leaves 271 days in the year. And the date on which she died, December 26th, sums to 271 in the reverse alphabetic order. If we instead measure to the next date written 4/4, April 4th of 2019, notice how we get 14 weeks and 1 day. This actress was from Australia, which sums to 141. But this is another number that's related to eclipses. Notice how the number 33 also has a gematria value of 141. The word eclipse equals 39 in reverse reduction. Her death fell 3 months, 9 days before April 4th. In Jewish gematria, the word eclipse sums to 192. The show that she was a star of, A Country Practice, sums to 192 in the alphabetic order. Two ciphers that are certainly significantly related. A couple more things worth mentioning. I said how our language is really set up this way around the mathematics of the circle, solar eclipses, this crucifixion code. Using the alphabetic order, 33 equals 156. And this stands out because the word eclipse in Hebrew sums to 156. And this is a very significant number in relation to eclipses because solar or lunar eclipses always occur either 1, 5, or 6 lunar phases after the most recent one. The 156th prime number is 911. Think about the date 9/11, the date of the most significant terror attack in the United States. 911, the emergency dialing code here in the United States as well. And please see my work on 9/11 if you haven't. It was entirely an eclipse-related ritual. Solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, but certainly solar ones. Very significant to the occult that's running this world. In Jewish gematria, the phrase Australian actress equals 9/11, which I found kind of interesting. But what I think might not be a coincidence, or might have something to do with this date, Australian actress Penny Cook equals 383, which is the 76th prime number. And the date on which she died, 12 plus 26 plus 2018, equals 76. So, are people being given cancer? Are they being made to die on a particular date? I don't know if that's the case. That would certainly involve a lot of corroboration from the medical industry. But anything's possible. And whether or not that is the case, people being murdered by this code or not, we're tapping into something about our reality that's very interesting. And just wanted to point this out. I'm going to do another video in a little bit here on the death of guitarist James Wilsey, whose full name sums to the same as total solar eclipse. And we will look at how he died in relation to the most recent and next total solar eclipses to occur. So thanks for everybody who jumped in the chat, and I will see you shortly. I guess real quick I'll answer Zach's question. The 383 in Gematria was Australian actress Penny Cook. And this is one of those things that I think could be coincidental. I put it in the bonus section of my decode on my post at gematrinator.com/blog. I've done a lot of work on in the past about putting someone's job in front of their name. So, like I said, could be a coincidence, but these alignments with 118, Cancer, Penny Cook, we're getting closer to breaking this code, everybody. So let's keep at it. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.